So when I sit down at the sewing machine, I want to start right at the edge of that no-sew zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place that under the needle, and I'm going to line up that stitch line that I just marked with that center line on the presser foot. And I'm going to gently lower that presser foot. I'm going to lower my needle before I get started. And I'm going to sew down to that first edge, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to pivot. Now when I get close to the edge, sometimes I will stop and then hand turn the needle so that I can be really accurate that I'm getting it where I need it to be. The needle is in the down position. I'm going to raise my presser foot, and I'm going to pivot this whole piece. I'm going to lower the presser foot. Now you're going to have to be careful when you're sewing, because we want to make sure that this edge that we pressed away, that we don't run it over this way. So we're going to have to make sure we keep that down facing that way. And if you need to slow down and make sure it's flat. Remember, you're not pushing or pulling the fabric. My hands are just guiding it. The feed dogs are actually what's pulling the fabric through the machine. And if you have to stop and make sure everything's smooth, do so. Now I feel like I stopped in exact right spot, so I don't need to turn that hand wheel. I want to make sure that needle is down before I raise the presser foot. And I'm going to pivot that again. I'm going to lower that back down. And do this side. And I want you to go as slow as you need to go to make sure that you are sewing a straight line. And stop and straighten things out as often as you need to. Stitch. All right, we're going to do another pivot. Lower it. And when you're pivoting, you don't need to back stitch. I'm going to make sure that flap stays that way. And our last pivot. Remember, we're going to stop right there where the other edge of the no-sew zone is. I'm going to backstitch. And that's where I am going to end that.